Have you ever felt like your life is moving, but your finances are completely stuck? You wake up, you try, you push forward, and yet nothing really changes. The same bills, the same pressure, the same invisible weight in the air. Now let me ask you something unusual. What if the blockage isn't outside of you, but right next to where you sleep? I'm not here to sell superstition. I'm a logical, rational person who believes in cause and effect. And what I discovered surprised me. A simple glass of water with salt, placed in one exact spot in your bedroom, can shift the energetic balance of your home in a single night. And when that balance shifts, money starts to move. But only if you watch this without skipping. This works because it's quiet, simple, and incredibly precise. No long rituals, no incense, no complicated steps. While you sleep, this setup absorbs heavy energy, relaxes your body, and improves the quality of your rest. And better sleep is not spiritual talk. It's the foundation of focus, confidence, and financial action the next day. That's why so many people report changes within 24 hours. Stay until the end, because one small detail makes all the difference. Like the video, subscribe and stay with me. This may be the reset your finances and your sleep have been waiting for. What if the reason money feels blocked in your life has nothing to do with your effort, your intelligence, or your opportunities? What if the real problem is much closer than you think, right inside your home, in the place where your body and mind completely shut down every night? Many people live with a constant feeling of financial pressure. Money comes in and disappears, debts feel heavier, opportunities seem delayed, and no matter how much they try, life feels stuck. Over time, this creates anxiety, tension in the body, and restless sleep. And that combination quietly drains the very energy you need to move forward. Here's the part almost no one talks about. Your home is not just a physical space. It is an energetic system. And the most influential point in that system is your bedroom, because that's where your subconscious is exposed for hours every single night. While you sleep, your defenses are down. Your nervous system resets. Your mind absorbs the environment around you. If the energy in that space is heavy, chaotic, or stagnant, you wake up already tired, already stressed, already vibrating at a level that repels clarity, confidence, and yes, money. This is why some people work less and move forward faster, while others work non-stop and feel exhausted with nothing to show for it. The difference is not effort, it's vibration. And the shift can begin in a way that is almost invisible. A simple glass, water, salt. Placed in the right spot with the right intention, this small action can begin changing the energetic field of your home overnight. Not in weeks, not someday, but starting within 24 hours. This is not about belief. It's about environment, rest, and alignment. And once those change, everything else starts to move with them. Before going any further, there is one rule you need to understand, and it's not symbolic, it's practical. This only works if you don't skip. Not because of superstition, but because this process depends on sequence, attention, and timing. When you rush, jump ahead, or ignore details, you break the alignment that allows the shift to happen. Think of it like a recipe or a formula. Miss one step, and the result changes completely. Watching this calmly in order is already part of the reset. Your nervous system begins to slow down, your focus sharpens, and that state matters more than most people realize. Many who tried similar practices and failed didn't fail because the method was weak, but because they treated it casually. This is not background noise, this is participation. So for now, simply stay with me. Let the information land naturally. You don't need to do anything yet, just remain present. That alone is already preparing the ground for the change you're looking for. Now take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel for powerful insights on Buddhist teachings, Feng Shui, and ancient wisdom. Your support helps us bring more life-changing content your way. I want to be very clear about something before we go any deeper. I don't share everything I learn. I test, I observe, I discard what doesn't work, and I keep only what produces real, repeatable results. Over the years, I've tried many techniques that promised change. Some sounded beautiful, others looked impressive, but most of them failed in practice, not because people were lying, but because the method didn't hold up in real life, under real stress, with real responsibilities. What I'm sharing here stayed. It stayed because I saw patterns. I noticed how certain environments made me feel heavier, more anxious, less focused. And I noticed how small changes, especially related to rest and space, created disproportionate improvements. Clearer mornings, better decisions, less emotional reaction, more energy to act instead of worry. That's when I understood something important. Real transformation doesn't come from doing more. It comes from removing what silently drains you. This approach is not about chasing luck or forcing outcomes. It's about creating the right conditions so progress becomes natural. When your system is calm, your mind works better. When your mind works better, your actions improve. And when your actions improve, results follow. This sequence is reliable. It doesn't depend on belief. It depends on consistency and awareness. That's why this matters. I'm not asking you to accept an idea blindly. I'm inviting you to observe, just as I did. Because once you see the connection between your space, your rest, and your results, you can't unsee it. And that awareness alone already begins to change how you move through life. At the most basic level of reality, nothing is solid in the way we were taught to believe. Everything you see, touch, and experience is movement. Matter is made of atoms. Atoms are made of energy, and energy is defined by vibration. This isn't philosophy, it's physics. Your body vibrates, your thoughts vibrate, and the space around you vibrates as well. When those vibrations are aligned, things flow. When they are not, friction appears in every area of life. This is why two people can live very similar lives on the surface and experience completely different outcomes. One feels supported by life, while the other feels constantly blocked. The difference often lies in what surrounds them every day, especially in the environments where they spend the most time. Your home doesn't just reflect your inner state, it actively shapes it. And your bedroom in particular acts like a tuning fork, setting the frequency you carry into the next day. When the vibration of your space is heavy, your decisions tend to be reactive. You feel tired before the day even starts. You hesitate. You second-guess yourself. But when the vibration is clean and balanced, clarity becomes easier. Focus returns. And opportunities that were always there suddenly become visible. Not because the world changed, but because your signal did. This is the principle behind every real transformation. Change the vibration, and behavior changes naturally. No forcing, no struggle, just alignment. And once you understand this, you realize that small adjustments in the right place can create shifts that feel far bigger than the action itself. Salt has been used for centuries across different cultures for one simple reason: it absorbs, neutralizes, and stabilizes. Long before modern language existed to explain energy or vibration, people observed effects. They noticed how certain spaces felt lighter after salt was introduced, how the body relaxed, and how clarity returned. This knowledge didn't come from belief. It came from repetition and results. When something works across time, cultures, and environments, it earns attention. On a physical level, salt is hygroscopic, meaning it attracts and binds particles from its surroundings. On an energetic level, it behaves in a similar way. It pulls in what is excessive, chaotic, or heavy, and helps restore balance. That's why exposure to salt environments like the ocean often leaves people feeling calmer, clearer, and emotionally lighter. After a swim in the sea, the body feels reset, the mind slows down, breathing deepens. That sensation isn't imaginary, it's regulation. What makes salt so effective is its neutrality. It doesn't amplify emotion, it doesn't excite the system. It grounds it, and grounding is exactly what a nervous system under financial stress needs. When the body is constantly in fight or flight mode, focus disappears. Sleep becomes shallow. Decisions become reactive. Salt interrupts that cycle by stabilizing the field around you, allowing your system to return to baseline. This is why salt appears again and again in practical traditions, not as decoration, but as a functional tool. It creates a buffer between you and accumulated interference. And when that interference is removed, your natural rhythm returns. You think more clearly, you rest more deeply, and when rest and clarity return, momentum follows. Not because something external forced it, but because the internal resistance finally dissolved. One of the biggest reasons people abandon practices that could actually help them is time. Long rituals, complex routines, and strict schedules don't fit into real life, especially when someone is already tired, stressed, and overwhelmed. That's why salt is so effective. It works quickly and doesn't demand much from you. Even small, intentional contact with salt can interrupt energetic overload and bring the body back into balance. A simple example is a quick salt cleanse during a shower. You don't need a full bath or special preparation. A small amount of salt gently rubbed on the skin, especially on tense areas like the shoulders or upper back, can release accumulated stress from the day. As the water flows, the body relaxes, breathing slows, and the nervous system begins to reset. This isn't symbolic, it's a physical signal of release that the body understands immediately. Another practical option is keeping salt involved in your daily rhythm without turning it into a task. The goal is not effort, it's consistency. These small actions send a clear message to your system. Pressure is leaving, balance is returning. And when balance becomes familiar again, sleep improves naturally. Thoughts settle. The mind becomes quieter at night. That's why salt works so well for people who feel constantly on edge. It creates relief without asking for discipline. And relief is often the first real step toward change. Long before modern banking systems existed, salt was one of the most valuable resources on Earth. It was so essential to survival that it was used as currency, traded for labor, and stored as wealth. The word salary itself comes from salt, a reminder that value was once measured by what preserved life, not by numbers on a screen. This wasn't symbolic. Salt meant stability, security, and continuity. What's important here is not history for its own sake, but the pattern it reveals. Across civilizations, salt was associated with worth, protection, and long-term sustainability. It preserved food, it protected health, and by doing so, it protected the future. That same principle applies today, even if we no longer think about it consciously. When salt is introduced into a space with intention, it carries that same stabilizing message. It signals preservation instead of loss, enough instead of scarcity, calm instead of urgency. And those signals matter more than most people realize because the nervous system responds to them before the conscious mind ever does. Financial stress doesn't live only in your thoughts. It settles into the body. Tight shoulders, a heavy chest, shallow breathing, constant fatigue. These are not random symptoms. They are signals that your system is carrying pressure it was never designed to hold for long periods of time. When stress becomes chronic, it quietly leaks energy every day, leaving you with less focus, less patience, and less resilience to act when opportunities appear. One of the most overlooked areas where this pressure accumulates is the upper back and shoulders. This is where responsibility, worry, and mental overload tend to sit. A simple salt application in this area can help interrupt that pattern. When salt touches the skin, especially with warm water, the body receives a clear signal of release. Muscles soften, breathing deepens. The mind follows the body, not the other way around. Another subtle but powerful practice involves the feet. Your feet are your connection to movement, direction, and grounding. When that connection is disturbed, progress feels slow or blocked. Introducing salt at this level with calm and intention helps re-establish a sense of stability and forward motion. These practices may seem small, but they reduce invisible drains that quietly sabotage momentum. When the body stops leaking energy, clarity begins to return. And clarity is always the first sign that a larger shift is possible. There is one place in your home where energy leaves the deepest imprint on your life. And it's not the front door, the kitchen, or the living room. It's the bedroom. This is where your body completely lets go, where control softens, where awareness fades. And that's exactly why this space matters more than any other. Whatever exists in your bedroom doesn't just surround you, it enters you. When you lie down to sleep, your mind is no longer filtering information the way it does during the day. Your system becomes receptive, subtle signals become powerful. This is why some people wake up feeling restored, while others wake up already drained. The difference is not willpower, it's what the body absorbed during the night. The bedroom quietly sets the tone for the next day. If the energy there is heavy, sleep becomes shallow. If it's balanced, rest becomes restorative. And when rest is restored, everything else begins to follow naturally. Most people think of sleep as a pause, a break from life, or simply a way to recover from exhaustion. But sleep is not passive. It is an active state of protection and restoration. While you sleep, your body repairs itself, your nervous system recalibrates, and your mind organizes information. This process determines how clearly you think, how decisively you act, and how resilient you are the next day. When sleep is poor, everything feels harder. Small problems feel overwhelming. Decisions feel heavy. Motivation drops. Over time, this state becomes normal, and people forget what true rest even feels like. But when sleep is protected, the opposite happens. You wake up with more clarity, more emotional stability, and more confidence in your actions. Protecting your sleep means protecting your future. Because every opportunity you recognize, every decision you make, and every risk you take the next day is influenced by how well your system reset the night before. While your body is asleep, your subconscious is wide open. This is the moment when your system is most sensitive to its surroundings. Sounds, light, air quality, and even subtle environmental signals are absorbed without resistance. Your mind is no longer judging or filtering, it's simply receiving. That's why the energy of your bedroom matters so much. During the day, you can compensate with effort. At night, you cannot. If the space around you carries tension, clutter, or stagnation, your body works harder just to maintain balance. Sleep becomes lighter. You may wake up frequently or feel unrested even after many hours. This is not because you didn't sleep long enough, but because your system spent the night defending itself instead of recharging. Over time, this leads to emotional fatigue, slower thinking, and a constant feeling of being one step behind. On the other hand, when the bedroom is energetically clean and stable, the body finally relaxes. Breathing deepens, muscles release, the mind processes information efficiently. This is when real recovery happens. You don't just rest, you rebuild. And that rebuilding determines how much energy you have available for the next day. This is why changing what surrounds you at night can create such a fast shift. You're not forcing progress. You're removing interference during the most influential hours of your day. When that interference is gone, your natural rhythm returns. And once your rhythm is restored, clarity, confidence, and momentum begin to appear without effort. To change what you absorb at night, the bedroom must stop being a storage room and start becoming a sanctuary. This doesn't mean perfection or expensive decor, it means intention. A sanctuary is a place where the body feels safe enough to fully relax. And relaxation is not weakness, it's efficiency. When the body feels safe, it stops wasting energy on defense. Start by understanding that everything in your bedroom communicates something to your nervous system. Piles of objects signal unfinished business. Excessive noise or light signals alertness. Too many electronics signal constant stimulation. None of this is dramatic on its own, but night after night, these signals accumulate. The result is a subtle tension that never fully releases, even during sleep. Creating a sanctuary is about reducing interference, fewer distractions, cleaner surfaces, calmer lighting. The goal is not emptiness, but coherence. When the room feels orderly and intentional, your mind mirrors that order. This is one of the simplest ways to improve sleep without adding effort to your life. When your bedroom supports rest, everything downstream improves. You wake up clearer, decisions feel lighter, and your energy is no longer spent recovering from the night. It's available for the day ahead. Even when a bedroom looks clean, certain arrangements can quietly work against you. These aren't dramatic mistakes, but subtle ones that send the wrong signals to your nervous system and, over time, create a feeling of instability. One of the most common is the position of the bed itself. When the feet point directly toward the door, the body remains in a state of unconscious alertness. On a deep level, it feels exposed, as if something could enter at any moment. This tension is small, but repeated every night. It prevents full relaxation. Another overlooked issue is how waste is handled in the room. An open trash bin, even if it's small, sends a constant message of loss and disposal. Symbolically and energetically, it represents things leaving instead of being preserved. During sleep, your subconscious absorbs that message without questioning it. Over time, this can reinforce feelings of leakage, whether emotional, physical, or financial. Correcting these details doesn't require effort or belief. It's about alignment. When the bed supports a sense of safety and the room reflects containment instead of loss, the body finally lets go. And when the body lets go, rest deepens naturally. That deeper rest is what prepares you for the next step, where everything you've adjusted begins to work together as one coherent system. Now that the foundation is set, this is where everything comes together in a single, focused action. The ritual itself is simple, but precision matters. Each detail serves a purpose, not symbolically, but functionally. You'll need a transparent glass. Transparency is important because it allows movement and change to be visible rather than trapped. Fill the glass with clean water until it reaches about 3/4 full. Not to the top. Leave space. That space represents circulation and prevents stagnation. Next, add 3 tablespoons of salt, not a pinch, not an estimate, 3 measured tablespoons. Salt is the stabilizing agent here, and quantity creates consistency. Once the salt is in the water, use a spoon and stir slowly in a clockwise direction for exactly 3 minutes. Clockwise motion follows a natural organizing pattern, and time matters because repetition allows the system to settle. As you stir, keep your breathing calm and steady. There is no rush. While stirring, speak a short activation phrase out loud. Your voice matters. Sound creates vibration, and vibration affects structure. The words don't need emotion or force. They need clarity. Speak calmly as if stating a fact. This step aligns intention with action, allowing the process to become coherent instead of mechanical. Water is highly responsive to vibration, and spoken words provide a clear, organizing signal. Once the 3 minutes are complete, place the glass on your bedside table near the level of your head while you sleep. Not on the floor, not across the room. This position matters because it allows the glass to interact directly with the field around your nervous system during rest. Throughout the night, the water and salt act as a stabilizing point, absorbing excess and restoring balance without effort from you. Nothing else is required. You don't need to watch it. You don't need to think about it. The work happens quietly while you sleep, as your system finally has the space to reset. By the time you wake up, you may notice subtle changes, not just in how you feel, but in the water itself. These signs are not something to fear or overanalyze. They are simply indicators that interaction took place. The water may appear cloudy, slightly opaque, or heavier than when you prepared it. In some cases, you might notice the salt rising, forming unusual patterns or small crystallizations along the glass. These changes don't need interpretation beyond one simple idea. The system responded. Just as the body shows signs of release after deep rest, the water reflects movement after a night of interaction. Some people notice immediate calm in their body. Others wake up feeling unusually clear or rested. There is no single correct result. What matters is the shift, not the form it takes. Observe without judgment. The process does not require belief or emotional reaction. Awareness is enough. Once the water has completed its role, it's important to release it correctly. This step is not about ritual drama, but about closure. Energy that has been absorbed needs to be removed from your space, not stored or reused. Carefully take the glass and pour the water directly into the toilet. This method is intentional because it allows the energy to leave your environment completely without lingering in pipes, containers, or surfaces you interact with daily. After pouring the water away, rinse the glass thoroughly with clean water. There's no need to reuse it immediately for the same purpose. What matters is that the cycle is closed with clarity. This prevents accumulation and keeps the process clean and effective. Avoid pouring the water into sinks, plants, or outside areas. The goal is release, not redistribution. This ritual can be repeated every 3 days if needed. That rhythm allows enough time for the environment to stabilize without overloading the system. Consistency matters more than frequency. When done with calm attention, this simple reset keeps the energetic field of your bedroom light, balanced, and supportive of rest. At this point, it becomes clear that money is not created only by effort, strategy, or opportunity. It is created by clarity. And clarity is born from rest. When you sleep deeply, your mind organizes information efficiently, your emotions stabilize, your nervous system exits survival mode. This changes the way you think, speak, and act the very next day. You become more decisive. You notice options you previously ignored. You respond instead of reacting. This is why people who sleep well often appear lucky. They aren't attracting more opportunities by force. They are simply able to recognize and act on them. A rested mind connects dots faster. A regulated body tolerates uncertainty better, and those two factors alone dramatically change financial outcomes over time. Sleep is not passive recovery. It is active preparation. When your bedroom supports this process, you wake up already aligned. You don't start the day catching up, you start ahead. That shift alone changes momentum. And once momentum changes, results begin to follow naturally, without strain or pressure. Now everything comes together in a simple truth. You don't need to fight life to move forward. You need to stop draining yourself. When your nights are restorative, your days become effective. When your energy is protected, your decisions become clearer. And when clarity leads your actions, progress stops feeling heavy and starts feeling natural. This is not about chasing money, it's about creating the internal conditions that allow prosperity to stay when it arrives. You've now learned how small adjustments, done with attention and respect, can change the way your system responds to life. This is why the shift often begins so quickly. Not because something magical appeared, but because something exhausting was finally removed. You gave your body permission to rest. You gave your mind space to organize. And from that space, a different future becomes possible. Now I encourage you to do something powerful. Write in the comments below, "I claim wealth, success, and prosperity in my life in 2026, and it's done." This is more than just engagement. It is a way of setting your intention into movement. Declaring your focus in a public space sends a strong, energetic message that you are ready to align with prosperity. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. Subscribe for more content on Buddhist teachings, Feng Shui, and ancient wisdom. And don't forget to share this with someone who could use a little more prosperity in their life. Let's spread the energy of abundance together. See you in the next video.